Right?
Yep. You're live. You are live.
I'm practicing my AI. This is Easter Sunday. This is Kell Knives. This is T.Kell. That's TKell. This is the bunker. This is it. This is the place that I used to grab guns and go down to my range. It's right outside that door before you guys started buying all my stuff.
Happy Easter, peeps.
I'm happy about that too. Happy Easter. Look, we believe so.
Fish Wrench. Shout out to Fish Wrench. Fish Wrench is on every video saying TKell.
Every single video.
And I know a lot of y'all are on videos. And
you guys too?
The comment.
Oh, you guys. We just had somebody yesterday that we're working with that mentioned it. That there's like people. All these people. And Fish Wrench my name. So that's rad. Thanks, rancher of fish. I hope your fish are doing well. I hope that you like being a rancher. That's what's up. So today you'll notice I cleared some space back here because we shot a whole bunch of videos on a whole bunch of stuff because the business really got big last year, and it was like manufacturer, trying to get all the bugs worked out and all those sorts of things. And we got busy. Real busy.
Can we make the mercenary into a folder next from snacks?
We did. That's the CW folder. Have you seen that?
Is it your birthday, Aaron B?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Aaron B.
Morning from New Hampshire from John.
Good morning, John.
Buenos dias, machatero.
Yeah, she speaks Spanish. I don't. Together we do. Right? Make any sense? Look.
Oh, machetero.
Listen.
Machetero.
I actually have my vessel for heating water, my vessel for holding coffee, my AeroPress, a lighter to light the thing.
Oh, don't worry, you forgot something.
A spoon to light the thing, and the coffee to put in the thing. But I did the Brutal Awakening last week, and I felt a little bit manic. People used to send in all kind of cool coffees and coffee makers back when.
Bunny.
Morning. Yeah. We don't, but I still have plenty of coffee, so that's not a worry. All right, I'm going to get this started.
Paradoxical Charlatan said you're serious this morning. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, right. I see the irony in that because I'm not cereal, but he said I was. I see. But serious because of the actual having the crap I need. Yeah. One thing that we're going to do is be able to, I think, because of the way things are going with the business, actually be able to get back to doing the content that you guys enjoyed. We were discussing this yesterday, how much it hurt our soul that Patreon kicked us off, because that's not cool. And that was such a great way to engage, and it really bothered us because they took away our community place. How much of this espresso?
Rock 20621 said Happy Easter, 6 days, and finally Conus again.
I can't hear over this jet
boil.
Hear me? I heard Happy Easter.
You something the other day.
Water. I'm reading this. Look, it's tiny writing on a silver can.
Rick.
All right, I don't know. Espresso, 1 ounce. How much coffee? Use 1 tablespoon per teaspoon.
Somebody AI this really quick.
I mean, it's on there. It's just stupid. Heaping tablespoon of coffee. Adjust to taste. For what? All right. Anyway, that's a heap. This spoon. That heap. Well, we're doing it, man. This is going to be like diesel fuel.
Fish Ranch said, since he's so awesome and goes on all those videos, what about the Huntsman?
Just for you?
He didn't say that, but he didn't say about the Huntsman.
I know that it's been voted upon. So look, this spoon, this AeroPress, and now this disc, I assume, because Random American was talking to me about this at Blacho, Texas. He said, man, you need this thing. And then I was like, I do need this thing. And he sent it to me. So what it is Altura. The disc, fine for the AeroPress XL. We use these metal coffee filters. He said, Oh yeah, look, it fits perfect. That's freaking rad. I'm
Hey,
very
go
excited.
check out Faithful EDC's Op Striker video if you want to learn more about the Op Striker.
Yeah, man. And yeah. So today, inspired by us getting back into the studio, shooting some more content for you guys, we're also going to try to engage more on the YouTube membership platform. That's really the only place where we can post surveys, videos, pictures easily. And we'll still have to use the TKellian membership to give you guys early access to the drops and stuff. So get the cheapest membership on both of those, and it'll still be less than your Patreon. Holy cuss word. Look at that. That is a rolling boil. Wow. I felt like I was yelling up until
Happy anniversary, Nathan. Congratulations on 17 years.
Yeah.
Happy Resurrection Day. And he says it's his anniversary 17.
Man, nice. Both celebrations. Thank you, and happy Resurrection Day. Big deal.
And a couple people have said they didn't expect to see a live today.
Well, here's the thing. We didn't expect to do it, but we had the studio set up from doing, I think we did 32 videos yesterday. You're welcome, Barbarian Brony. So the studio is already set up. We had gifts from people. I am taking on a new, I'm not going to say venture, but I'm trying to do some stuff to be more independent of outsourcing stuff. Because if you guys are new, here's the real scoop. I started out forging everything. Literally found metal, railroad spikes, railroad clips, just beating stuff out of an anvil, of knives from a forge that I made. And I made the forge to bend a bolt because I had to moisten the got. And I scoped it. That's a rifle. I scoped the moisten the got, and the bolt wouldn't clear. So I wanted to heat it up, bend it, then heat treat it myself. And then C-Dub saw this show, Iron and Fire, and she's not Forged in Fire. This predates, and said, "You could do this. Check this out." And I'm like, "That's rad." A guy at the railroad CSX where I worked as a signal maintainer gave me a huge saw blade of like S7 steel. And I made my first knife, chef knife. And then it's been transition from forging. I felt like I could do more detailed work if I started stock removal. So I made my own jig to hold a portable bandsaw. I went to Walter A. Wood here in Chattanooga, bought Owen tool steel. Just learned how to heat treat, learned how to shape, learned how to grind. I built my first grinder. If you guys go back and look at that giant dude on video, that's actually me. I was a lot bigger. And then I got furloughed from the railroad. Then I made the grinder out of an old treadmill. I used the motor, the control, because it's a DC powered motor, all of the inverters and the electronics to power that because they're high torque. Because when big people like me run, actually, I destroyed CW's treadmill, 2 of them, and skateboard wheels and square tubing and the hydraulic ram from a window prop, all the stuff. Made this really cool grinder. There's a video on it of where I made it. I started grinding and then started doing a little more detailed heat treating, started using more complex steels, started selling my stuff at the Chattanooga market, making like 12 knives a week. And 6 years later, here we are. We shipped 30,000 knives last year.
So all of that to say,
we're going over the changes.
You're trying to, it's so expensive, but that is our goal.
Go back to me and my team doing all the things because we were growing so fast. I want to detail. Sorry, you see how she has to wrangle me in because I'm like a retarded bunny rabbit everywhere, bouncing all over the place. Of me and my guys.
He gave $5 for Panther food. Happy Easter to all the circus animals.
It's out. You know why it's out? Because I'm gonna start making stuff myself. All I know how to do is hand grind a blade. And I could sketch one out. I would draw it out. I would use layout fluid, cut it out, hand grind it. I would have that thing heat treated the day I drew it and then tempered the next morning, ready to be finished out, ground in, handles put on. CW helped me make the Kydex the way I made them. That was the process. But we grew. And I didn't.
Said, let us help.
Yeah. You want to? We should do what's it called? That Founders Club. We really should. So that's how it started. And as we grew, I wanted more detail. I couldn't make 50 sheaths for the Raider, which was the knife that really got us popular, until I got my Kydex or my blades uniform every time. But I made these really cool jigs to make the Kydex uniform. But then I needed the blades and the bevels and everything uniform, so it was faster for me and C-Dub to make a bunch of stuff. Went to a machine shop, met a dude named Jeremy Slay. He's probably on here right now. If he's not, he's making our stuff at a place called Premier Pattern and Machine in Chattanooga. I bought a CNC. He told me it was nuts. Anyway, now we have a machine shop. We lease machines from another place, actually from 2 other places in the United States, to try to meet the demand. But I really want to get back to, I draw it, I 3D model it, I machine it, I cut it, all the stuff. I want to do it again. I'm really excited, and there's a lot going on in the background that's really facilitating that happening, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm in a good mood. It's Easter. Has it been 2 hours? I feel like that was such a long dissertation.
That was your biography in 5 minutes.
We also walked 2 miles this morning in the rain while we were discussing doing the live, and I had a freaking 40-pound weighted vest on, so I'm sweaty and soaked from the rain.
Paradoxical Charlatan said, make us pay for a weekend of labor. Ha ha ha. Founders Club perk.
I mean, you guys have already paid for all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here because of you. So I thought it would be cool. CW actually had this idea. Let's go over how things have evolved. Show people the latest and greatest models of everything.
Well, actually, because I thought if no one's on for Easter, it could just be a reference to go back and look at all our upgrades and changes to all the different blades. But
how many people are on, though?
On here?
How many are?
185 so far.
Yeah, so a little lower than normal. You guys should be at church.
Bring it all in house. That's how you do it, man. That is how we want to do it.
Who said that?
Nick Bonomo.
Hey, Nick, are you spying on us or something, dude? Are you like watching deliveries and stuff going on? Is that what you're doing? No, that's...
Speaking of blades, any production updates?
Yeah, we shipped a freaking ton of blades this week. I mean, a ton. Man, I'm going to tell you something, Random American. I don't know if you're watching. This thing's incredible. It is so much easier.
Oops,
and look, it doesn't run out like it normally does. It works really good. Anyway, exciting.
No, trust monkey, don't do it. I always feel bad when y'all watch us in church. He said in church watching the live and listening to the sermon. Multitasking.
Hopefully you don't get too excited about the whole...
Nick Bonomo said that's how the big boys do it.
I am a big boy. Big. You get it? Heavy set. I'm trying to do this. But the inside of this cup is black. It's dark in this room. The coffee's black.
Vincent Dube 270 says, will you guys make the DP1 again? I know the DP2 just got out.
Yeah, so we've got DP1s that we plan to release later this year, but we're, with all the growth and the knife industry right now is just nuts. Getting knife steel, that's a big part of what's driving us to try to do this, is getting steel.
You got any gunmetal grips up there for the Raider? Sal is dying for his Raider.
No.
You know when we're going to get those in?
No.
That's the problem, and what we were talking about is
that's what's driving. Look, guys, I got allergies, so sorry.
We hate making y'all wait. And
look, this is not AI.
Somebody else that makes us wait.
Clear liquid out of my nose, not manufactured artificial intelligent.
Sal, if you want to email China and ask her to check,
curse word
in the morning.
That was almost disastrous. I had all the things here ready to go, and then my cutting board by Butcher. Honestly, for real, that's his last name, and he makes incredible butcher blocks. I should have a rack. Let me just grab a thing real quick right here.
Do we have any clips on the TS87's many uses? Like video clips? Stuart asked. And I'm assuming because he won a TS87, he wants to know what all it can be used for.
What?
TS87. Do we have any video clips on all its uses? We don't, but that's a good video.
No, but we could. There's a super famous like YouTuber, manufacturer, range guy, superstar Marine that uses one every day on the range, literally every day. And people just pass on to me the uses that they found for them. So,
Zach, thank you for sending us stuff. We appreciate it. Happy Easter.
Is this Schmidt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been sending me cool stuff to help me learn how to be a knife guy for years.
You want me to put you on that camera?
No, I just was getting it kind of ish set up in the area. I'm going to grab me some coffee, and then we're just going to talk while I get some
Fisher,
coffee.
wish I was closer so I could machine cool stuff instead of boring aerospace crap.
Man, you know, I came from aviation. I was a helicopter mechanic in the Marine Corps, and then after that went to get my A&P licenses, did all that stuff, and then September 11th happened right before I got licensed, and then I took a different career path because nobody was hiring. So a lot of people from that detail side of the industry make knives. I didn't know if you knew that. A lot of people get their start there. So I'd be down, and whatnot for your expertises and prowesses in machining.
Hashtag shirt. I found a box of shirts, the black on black.
And some of these black and grays.
So
I wear this shirt the most, I think.
Enter into this hashtag
This
shirt.
is going to be too hot for my face, I'm pretty sure. So maybe I'll let it sit. I'm not tired yet. But,
Tim likes whiskey, but he doesn't drink it very much, Jonathan.
yeah, look at it.
Jonathan said he has whiskey to share.
Look, I got 4 bottles of whiskey and or bourbon there. And then I've got this Jameson that Josh Lindsay gave me. And this is an 18-year Jameson, so I'm afraid to touch it.
If he wasn't being nice to me, he would probably drink it a lot more. But
look,
it makes me sick, so he doesn't drink it.
That's it. It's not because I had a problem or because she has an issue with. We would have a few drinks here and there, not super often. We used to, but I honestly think she developed an allergy, and I'm serious. Like a sip, and just like super red-faced, feeling horrible, like from a half a shot. Crazy. I mean, look, we got a lot of liquor up in this house, man, and it's just been sitting there collecting dust for, I don't know, honey, what do you think? 6 years, 7 years? Long time.
Yeah, but you like having it because you said it's a good prep.
I do. I like having it for prepping stuff.
Who's got time to drink when you got knives to make?
Exactly.
People the weed.
Right. So just water. But that's it. I do like it. And I think, if things continue to get bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have it. Me and CW, like, screw the consequences. Just going to sit on the porch and watch the world melt down, and she can have a headache. I don't care.
So TS87 uses. What do you think your most, if you didn't have
to use
it for a machine gun?
For me, I use the ball detent more than anything on it.
William said, I'm allergic. I break out in handcuffs and jail cell.
Buddy, I have really...
And Jonathan said Betsy gets hot and red-faced from first sip.
So I use the ball detent more than anything. T20 is ubiquitous to a lot of firearms. So like if I want to do barrel breakdowns or changes, I use it for a carbon scraper a whole lot. We're just talking about on the range stuff. The new one is, and these will too, have a screwdriver, and it's shaped like the end of a bullet casing, so you can adjust your tools with. Clearing jams, I clear a lot of jams. On the other side of the house, I use it as a pry bar. I've pried open many a crate with it. I've busted down pallets with this stupid thing, pulled the tops off of crates. I've poked holes in paint cans with it to pour paint better. That's a good, also another thing from the aviation industry. When you're pouring all kind of different freaking fluids, you got to poke holes and pour your cans into your little pump. I've used this as a torque multiplier to break free really stuck stuff. I actually used this I got proof of it to change a freaking tire on the T.Kell Knives trailer on the side of 40 in Arkansas.
Fiddler, new member, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. We really do value the members, guys. It's how we communicate. It's how we get feedback. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Even though the Google takes 30% of that, it's still worth it for us to engage with you guys there. More on that coming. We're going to get back to doing more of that because we're taking more control over the daily stuff.
Straight Edge Knives has a video on the TS87.
I've used this for a hammer. I've literally tapped brads in with the thing. Man, there's a million different uses. All of you guys that use them, let people know.
Went out on Broadway in Nashville with some friends in town last weekend. Took 2 days to recover. I remember why I don't do more than sip on booze anymore. And then Barbarian Bronny said something like that too, like the hangovers aren't worth it with the kids.
Man, that's it. I mean, the kids don't care. They still want to be wild, even the next day. And then for us, you know, I don't want to be like housed in the house and then something happened and how are we going to get somebody to the hospital? That kind of stuff. But we're probably going to sip on whiskey here and there.
Mom gave a Bible verse. She said, give heavy drink to those with a heavy heart or something like that.
There you go. There's the biblical standpoint right there. Lots of it. So, you know, if you got a lot going on,
William,
kick it back.
William, thank you, William.
Thanks, guys.
I need to remember to do giveaways over there.
Yes, that's the stuff we're going to start pushing
back in the swing of it because Patreon was like such a go-to.
It was such a blow for us too, man. Like mentally, that really sucks that they did that to us.
All right, let's give away a shirt.
We had 2,500 Patreon members over there, and then they canceled us. Said that we were like selling weapons, which we weren't freaking doing on their platform. Whatever.
Big open. It gives my 4-year-old a heck of a hangover. Anthony, you want a t-shirt? Send us your size via email, please. Customer service at TKell.
Yeah, we got t-shirts. Lots of the t-shirts. That was one thing that we used to do with Patreon. That would spread the word. And you guys always wanted free merch. So we would give away a t-shirt when you joined Patreon. And we had an automated thing. It would do it and then ship it. And I don't even know how to begin to navigate that. Because our new membership portion of the website, it's like reprogramming a freaking nuclear missile silo every time you want to post something over there. It's the most convoluted thing in the whole. I don't code. I did build our first website, but I didn't code it. I use GoDaddy. So click, drag, drop, set prices, change colors, go. But
hey, honey, Edzilla says, please pray for my friend Rick. He's a deputy sheriff who was shot last week. He's fighting, but could use some prayers.
I absolutely will, man. And it's so sad to see that people out there willing to put their lives on the line and then somebody just doesn't care and tries to take it from them. I got a lot of respect for you guys that do that. I was in the military, got a lot of friends that are both military and police, so I respect that. So we absolutely will. Are there any questions?
I saw a folder question.
What's the question?
When you sending them?
Oh, I thought we did that.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Thought we shipped them all. Vinny's been building. There's tons of the frames built. All the OD green and black ones are built. I have more. Oh, I'll just show you. How about that? So those of you, I didn't like the way the carbon fiber turned out. So I had Vance run it in the carbon fiber chunk. Look at that. Look at that. Rad, right? So this, look. There go a box. There go a box of carbon fiber. Here goes the evidence. Here it is. There that stuff is. And shit. So Vance got these done last week while Vinny's been building out all the frames. So we didn't build out the carbon fiber ones yet because I wanted to redo it in this style of carbon fiber, which means I'm going to have 20 extra in a, you can't really tell the other ones are carbon fiber, but you can now. So this
they
stuff
look
is
way better than the last set he said.
This is like mine. these are the same material. That's super, and it's just harder to work with and more expensive, but you guys paid extra. So there you go. So they're here. I got all the frames, I got all the blades. Vinny's been building. It's our first folder, so they're taking a lot of deburring. That is taking a lot of time, but they are being built. The parts are here, and they're shipping. That's the good news. That's the good news. So
no need to write code anymore. AI will write it for you, along with replacing all of us humans. Universal basic income inbound.
Yeah, have you actually tried to get AI to do the stuff that it says it can? It never, ever gets it right. I quit using it. I just can't. I thought it was really cool, but then by the time you argue with it 54,000 times, you could have just done the crap yourself. It's so annoying. So annoying.
Especially if you make a big decision based on something it said, and then you found out it was wrong.
I had somebody present some stuff to me, and I'm like, did you check this with facts, man? This is crazy. I know this industry. This is insanity. That is not true.
And
look here.
Dan R said, happy to wait for something as nice as those carbon fiber grips.
Yeah. So sorry, but
build faster, Vinny. Move, LOL.
Yeah, Vinny's the guy for that because he's real tedious, real detail oriented. He's like each lock. He's a folder guy, high end folders. I'm more of a when it's done, I know you can beat the crap out of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if this dude is watching. I know he watches later sometimes, but Bob, you see this? Mr. Kirby, look at that. I found it. It was at the shop on the desk. So there's a receiving package area. That's where they break down all the packages. So my guess is that's where the plastic box and this thing mishap happened. I found it, stuck it in my stupid pocket, brought it home, left it in the pocket, CW washed it, set it aside for me, and we were scrambling around this morning to find it. But I found it. Thank you.
Ramirez just got my deadbolt in titanium this week. It's going to live in my pocket from now on. Do we have any more deadbolts? Like one I could give away?
There's this one, but it doesn't have the right size bit holder. That's a bigger.
So we don't have any more titanium ones?
No, Jacob keeps taking mine. Literally took my personal ones. I have no titanium one, but that one that's got the wrong size hole in my collection. And I don't know if we're ever making them again. So there's that.
So what's wrong with it? It's just the bit hole is messed up?
It's bigger. It's not a 1/4 inch.
They probably wouldn't care about that. Hello. Sorry.
Who are you here? Is this thing on? You got me over here yet?
No, let me set it up.
Was that the problem?
Shouldn't have dissed AI from Trouble Bunny.
That's right.
No, I just was dumb and pressed some button and got out of Stringer.
All right, so see, are you over here?
Let me put you on here.
Right on. Whoa. You good?
Almost.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, here it is. So look, see this? It doesn't fit properly.
Do people use that a lot with this thing?
I bet nobody uses it, but that's what we use to make it called the deadbolt because you can turn bolts with it. And it also doesn't have the back cut on the inside of this tooth to make it open bottles as well as the newest version. But if you want to use it improperly, it certainly works for that.
I think they would be happy to have that. J Bell says, did I hear Tim right that all the OD and black folders are done, just have the carbon fiber to do?
Yeah, but the carbon fiber will be done just in a couple of days because Vinny's been building the frames regardless. So we just had to put those on there.
Happy Easter, Umberto.
Happy Ether. I don't know. Don't ask. I guess we could.
Will be. Am I the only TKellian currently sitting in church carrying a T.Kell knife?
I doubt it. I feel like there's a lot of you people that are full of shenanigans like that. So yeah, sorry for all the constant sniffing. I'm sure it's making C-Dub happy.
So y'all want that? Y'all want that deadbolt or not? I only saw like one person comment.
Nobody wanted it.
I don't even want it.
Let me keep it. You don't have to give my stuff away, right?
So OD has shipped from J-Bill.
No, they're all going to start shipping this week.
We've shipped
They're built.
some of them, but not all of them.
They're built. I wanted to get all the frames and stuff built out. And it's
What are you setting up over there?
I thought this is all the stuff that we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay, they're hashtagging deadbolt. I guess some people want it. They're actually saying let you keep it. Will the brass deadbolt be back eventually?
Yeah, I've got brass and copper coming. I haven't got them yet for the rest of that full batch. So I feel like this is...
Will we make extended grips for the Raider again?
Yes, there's actually a new extended grip coming for the Raider. I have my sketchbook upstairs, which doesn't make sense to have it there and not here.
You need to show those. Those are cool.
They are pretty rad, right? Okay.
I think you have another deadbolt. You have your bronze one.
Yeah, but that's in my pocket.
Okay. Well, if you want to keep it, I'm not going to give it away.
I just don't have any of the titanium ones.
You just tell me what I can give
People
I'll give it to them.
Jacob keeps giving my stuff away. I mean, if I'm going to give one away, don't we want it to be the actual one?
Yeah, but we don't have one.
Yeah, it's because of Jacob. He keeps stealing my shit and giving it away.
Okay, I'll give away a knife instead.
I just don't know for sure if I've got one. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Those are some good looking knives over there.
I know the dude. I know the guy who makes them. All right, let me put these sheaths over here. Man, my nose is running crazy today. Freaking allergies, I'm telling you. You guys are welcome for that. It's just life. No polish here at this spot. All right, so what do we want to jump into first as far as what changes we've made? Agents?
I'm going to put you on front camera, and then if you want me to show over there, we can. Agents, yes, agents.
This camera? That's where you are?
Give away some extended combatant grips. Are you talking about the new ones? Because they're not ready yet.
They are at... so you want me to do this here? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, we can go over there if we need to.
All right, so this is the combatant extended grip. These are at Anno right now. We're doing the first, I don't know how many sets. There's 100, and we're going to do those in black. So those are at Anno, and then we're going to do OD green for the next. So these are coming this week. I should have those by Thursday. That's what they're going to look like when they're done, because this is actually anodized aluminum. Most people don't realize that it can turn out that good. It doesn't feel like G10 either. It feels like aluminum. It's really good. So here is the newest Agent 001.
Hashtag whatever the gibby is.
Yeah, that's it. So what we did versus the old one, some of you guys got in on the first one. I really wanted to bring the step milling in to the Agent 001 or the entire Agent series. So we've got the heavy step milling on the blade, a full belly with this medial ridge that pushes all the way out to make it strong. And I added a chamfer on the edge so that that's not a super sharp point. And we added a chamfer here in the front finger well. What that does is that allows for a very secure grip without cutting your freaking thumb. So that's been the updates to it. We also left this full thickness here, but made this taper a lot sharper. So it gave us a thinner edge, but you still get the durability, which lightened the front end of this blade up. So it really moves around that axis super, super fast. And in TKell, this thing, you actually don't even need to hold this blade in TKell grip. You can hold it in standard because it's got that clip.
And what do you always say about that knife?
I think defensively for concealed carry, if you don't like a ring grip, the Agent 001 is the most effective, most nasty blade. If you like a double edge and you just want all blade, all business, I think it's the 01. I really do. I don't think it's a great EDC blade because if you do like prying, you're going to break the tip. If you drop it on the concrete, it's going to chip the tip because this thing is designed for cutting, slashing, get off me, and piercing. So this geometry, if you look at this blade down the center, you see how that's a diamond shape? That means this tip will go in and through and make a big old opening. You know what I'm talking about?
Umberto said the 001 is Dante's fave. Yeah, y'all check that video out of Umberto.
Yeah, I think defensively, this is, if it's not the best knife in the industry, I'm a little biased, but it definitely has to be way up there. So that's the changes on the 1. The 3 is the Night Stalker. I'm trying to see if I have the old version.
Show it on that camera and we'll see which one's
all right,
looks better.
Let's do that. All right, so here's the Agent 003. Is this better for everyone? So the 03 has the Night Stalker blade profile, our most popular blade.
Yes, we do need to get Dante a dragonfly. I wonder what he would do with that.
Some wicked stuff.
Scorched, gifted a TKell membership. Thank you.
This is a 0.15 thick blade. It's a drop point, kind of a spear, kind of a drop point, kind of a Mako style blade. It's my own thing. It has, so what we did to it again was I added the chamfers along here so that it's not sharp. Man, that thing is focusing all over the place. And along here so that it really softens everything up. Good grip, doesn't cut you if you do a push cut. But I think the 03 really excels in a more well-rounded type of blade if you're going to be doing heavier use stuff. It's got that long belly, but it's thicker, so it's not as effective at slicing as the 03, but it also has the reinforced tip if you're doing stupid stuff more with it. So it doubles kind of both defensively because it's still got an aggressive profile, but it's a little more robust if you're going to be using it for more than just fight and whiff. That's
Phil Kroll said the 03 is useful for everything the Agent I carry almost every day.
Yeah. I think this is this really hits it home with EDC. If you have the ability to carry this long of a blade, it's like 3 1/4.
It keeps going out of focus.
Legally, yeah, it's doing weird stuff. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Agent 03. It's like your EDC Agent. So it's still slimline carry, and it's got the full handle. Same handle platform. You can switch this grip for any of the Agents.
Todd said, Todd Champagne, sharpen the top of the 03.
I would say you could, but what that's going to do is make that tip really brittle. And in that instance, you're really pushing into 001 territory because you're taking out so much stock.
What about the CQC?
Right. The CQC, it's a different animal. It's thinner blade stock. So the tip is, that blade's already thin. You're not removing a ton of material. You're not taking all of the rigidity out of that blade. I just think that you'll really, really make the tip brittle on what is more designed as an everyday carry style blade. If you do CQC that, that's going to make that tip like the V3. That tip is not designed for prying. That tip is designed for cutting. But this blade's a little more geared towards everything. So that's why when people will ask all the time, can I get you to sharpen the back of my 003? I really don't recommend doing it. If it's for, I mean, this thing will still pierce with this false edge. It will drive itself through Kevlar. We've done it. But we don't condone that. Don't do that. So, moving down the line, obviously we skipped 02. Here's the existing Agent 002.
But it's getting all the upgrades.
Yep, and this will be coming out soon. So this was how it came, the first one in the 165 thick as a Warncliffe.
Do we still have a bunch of those?
A bunch.
I'm going to give one away. We got sheaths?
No.
Okay, never mind.
We got at least a couple. But
so I can give one away?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't have the chamfer along here, so a lot of people said it bit them too much. It doesn't have the chamfer along the back of the spine. It's going to add rigidity to it, and it doesn't have the step milling. So there's a lot about this that I wanted to change. Those changes are in process right now. And since a Wharncliffe is not a utility, stabbing, puncturing,
Hashtag 002.
prying style blade, it will be in the 0.125 thick. So the new one will be thinner. That will mean there's 2 agents.
A lot of people have this and are happy with it and love it.
Yes.
So,
I just wanted to make the line consistent.
But the new one is going to be way better.
Yeah, this is a more robust version. Those of you that have this, it's going to be like the originals of the 1s, the 7s, the 5s. They're going to be rare because that's what we do. We release a model, we take feedback, we make all the upgrades each time. So it's going to have the step milling, and it's going to be thinner, slicier, and it's going to have this chamfer along the back, more in keeping with how the Warn EDC looks. I would show you Warn EDC, but CW has the only one that's upstairs. It's in her purse. It's her favorite everyday knife. She carries it. So the changes to these are in process. They're almost done. I've showed the 3D pictures of this. Actually, I can. Let me just pull those up. Let me do that.
I'll show you looking at your phone for effect.
Here he is. Here's the side shot. Let me see. There's a way. Thought there was a way you could look up just the pictures. Man, this is going to take forever.
They have all day.
They do. No choice.
Just kidding.
Ah, there it is. Okay. So if you look.
You could probably show it better over on this.
Oh, yeah, it does usually show it better on this one. All right, so look here. So we've added the swedge along the top, the 3 jumps along the front. There's a minor break of that edge on this. Gosh. There's 2 jumps instead of the 4, and then it's got the, chamfering here and along here, and then that's the whole, if I can get it. That's it. So that's the changes that are coming to it. The engraved logo.
Times better.
Yeah. So it'll be 0.125. It'll be the other slicey one. Oh, thanks you. There's Chinese. She's bringing me stuff. Here you go. All right. So that'll be the 2. And then let's talk about the 4. Those of you that have, you got me over here again?
Let me put you over.
Do it over there, woman. Is this interesting to anybody, or do we just need to do our normal, typical shenanigans?
I find this to be extremely interesting.
But you're not the only participant. Okay, so those of you...
Knife nuts like to see knives, honey. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
So I often refer to this as just the wicked mini micro agent. Lightweight, under 3-inch blade. That is key because some of you cannot carry a blade that's over 3. So this is under 3. It's like just a shade under 3. It is all blade. I maximize. I mean, it almost hits the grip, but it's still 1.165 thick. So it's a very durable blade, but I push this grind all the way up so that you could get maximum slicing out of a short, stubby little blade. And look at that diamond tip. It narrows here and goes full width and then back down. So this thing is a nasty little piercer with a high grind and a 10th thou edge. It slices so good, and with that straight back, it became a really, really good fighter.
Hey, they love it, this format, honey. They're loving seeing all this stuff.
It's very compact, and this knife was carried more by myself and the guys in the shop for the longest period of time than any blade we've done in the last couple of years. It shocked everybody. It's also a Puko style blade, so it pretty much goes from the belly straight into the choil. So all of that is usable cutting edge. It works super good for making feather boards and slicing, but it also gives you the ability to pierce. So
let's see, we got some small ones coming. We got a few small ones that we'll show.
Yeah. So That's the 4. It is kind of the nasty little compliant
combat paring knife from Michael Elliott.
Yeah, if you've got one, you understand. So what was different about this is the machining got all jacked up on the first ones. Really, those guys screwed me over hard on those. But the tips on some of them, the tips were crazy thick, or it would go down to a 0 edge. So you'd have this really strange taper. We have got those on the TKellians portion of the website, selling them at a super steep discount for less than I have in them for you guys to make a blade of your own. The grips will fit. You're going to have to grind a lot of weight to make your own knife, but the heat treatment is spot on. They are nickel boron, and some of the stuff you guys are doing is outrageous what you're doing with these knives. So I'm happy to be able to pass on quality heat treated steel to you in a decent start. I would have loved to have the ability to start with a nice platform with the set of grips that already fits. So that's all the improvements. The heavy step milling again on the 4. If you guys don't understand why, I'll show you. This is the why behind the step milling and why I'm putting it on everything. When you use a chef's knife, you guys have seen those ones with those cuts to keep your tomatoes or real sticky wet foods from sticking to it. This does the same thing. So this step, you hear it? That is 60% less metal touching whatever you're cutting. So you've got lines this way and you've got ridges this way. So you get full thickness, but it's going to fly through stuff. When you put the nickel boron on that blade, it allows this thing to cut literally like a paring knife, but have the durability of a combat level fighter or a durable EDC tool. That's why we do the step milling. That is not cheap. Step milling is easily 4 times more expensive than like double disc grinding. A lot of people send their knives to a place like I won't drop names, but they have, it's called a double disc grinder. So they'll take your hardened metal, and these things are a specific angle, and that it literally grinds that away. Makes a super smooth plunge. And it's way cheaper. I mean, you're talking thousands of blades a day as opposed to 40 or 50, maybe hundreds. But these double disc grinders do a smooth, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's what most knives are, but I've always liked step milling. And what that is you take the flat steel and you get the CNC machine, it goes, cuts one line, starts over, and if you want it,
congratulations, Gary.
Congratulations.
You won the O2.
Hey, you can interrupt me, lady. So and if you want it to be correct, you're not going to mill this way and then this way and then this way. You want consistency. Picks up, goes back. Picks up, goes back. And to get it consistent and looking good, you got to slow it down. That takes so much longer than this thing that does these things and spits them out. I do that because I'm picky about the performance of a blade. So yeah, that's why we're not in retail, because that crap is expensive.
So just to let y'all know, there's 1s and 4s on the site right now. Is there 3s too? I think there might be 3s.
Maybe. I don't think so, but I do know that tomorrow we're adding a ton of 2s to the TKellians website. I mean, and they're sharpened and they're nickel boron. They don't have a sheath. And if you want grips, you're going to have to buy a grip. But I'm talking a ton.
Oh, I can't wait to see what they do, because people have done some awesome stuff with those.
The 2 is such a great platform to start with. It's going to be good. They're going to be good. The 5s are over there right now. We got a bunch of 5s over there too. To salvage the 7s, we're using those as trainers. So that's what those ended up being. We didn't make those like a build your own already heat treated blade. So that's kind of the why behind the step milling. And then you're seeing people in the industry like, wow, that looks so cool. TKell signature.
Joshua, we are shipping the O1s too.
Yes.
The current orders.
Yes. I saw
if you order one now, you would go.
Look, guys, those, we were out sick for a week because Texas, we love seeing you guys, but we also love getting sick from you guys. It's our favorite. So we were sick.
Are the blends going to be on the TKellian site?
Yep. these will be a build your own blade.
How much
thing.
do you think the new 002s are going to be? About the same as the other?
Yeah, I think they'll fall right in line with the rest of the stuff. It's a lot of machining that goes into this new one, and they're beautiful. I cannot wait.
Matt, oh man, the Retro 4 is like the most favorite knife we've done.
You want to see one?
To me.
You want to see one? Here it is. Oh, if you guys didn't get in on this, you're probably really sad. So this is the 004. We call it the Retro 4. Mike Jarvis from Auxiliary Manufacturing did this wrap. So that's a green ray skin with a purple, black, and green paracord wrap. Everything's been epoxied, so it's got the water resistance, but it looks rad. And then we teamed up with Roger from QVO Tactical. If you guys don't know his YouTube channel, the guy does some of the best gun reviews, but he got his fame from being a Kydex maker, makes some of the best holsters for pistols in the world. And he makes a lot of cool accessories too. So we asked him, hey dude, QVO Tactical stands for quick, violent, and over. And he said, man, let me do a suede over green. And I mean, these things sold fast. It's got adjustable retention.
Are we going to do anything else with him?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are. We got
I love the combo.
An all-new Ronin coming with an extra twist. So it'll be a Ronin, but it's going to be called the Emperor. Should I tell him what's going to make it special?
Yeah, tease it.
Look, it's going to have a Manuki. You guys know what that is? That's that little brass dragon that hides under the traditional wraps in the Japanese style blades. And that's going to be wrapped by Bastinelli because he does the traditional Japanese wraps. So they're going to have a Manuki. And we're going to do a sheath, black on red, with QVO Tactical.
Oh man, I'm going to love that.
I'm just saying. But listen, he has the dragons hand poured to his specs. It ain't cheap. That thing's not cheap. His work is not cheap. I don't know. I told him, you have an unlimited timeline, dude. You take as long as you want to take.
You working on them already?
No, I haven't sent them to him, but that's going to be on 007. So it be, you guys loved the Bastinelli editions. So we decided to do more of them.
Paul, I love black and red too.
Yeah, that's our company colors, black and red. I've always loved them.
Quite excited.
Look, I didn't want
to take it all. I don't need this money.
we are trying to listen to the feedback from you guys. So next, do we want to pause for station identification? Anybody got questions in the middle?
No, I don't see anything. It is a good point for the 04 for people that are in states that need like a shorter blade.
Yes.
For self-defense type situation.
Yeah. So it is the compliant concealed carry blade. That's kind of how I refer to it. Yes. Colloquially. That's a word. It really is. I just can't say it. I try to use things that I can't pronounce. But I mean, let's just look at it in comparison to blade length-wise. I would say the 003, considerably shorter. That keeps it under the 3 inches, but it is so compact. I mean, it's all blade, man. If you want to get after somebody, that's all they're going to get is just nothing but the blade.
Very Slicey said, does a longer blade really make it more dangerous?
No, not really. It gives you a little more reach. But all you really need is 3/4 of an inch to hit major arterial damage. I mean, that's you got
only 3/4 of an inch. That's very small.
Yeah, that's it. You think about that. Think about your brachial artery that goes through here. That thing is just beneath the skin. You've got arterial damage that you can do all through here too. And if you get it well placed, I mean, on a pig, you know what I'm talking about? When you're hog hunting, if you need to get that guy bled out quick, you just get in there and mix it up with that pig and maybe catch him under here. Just saying. Any of those, you know, your pelvic girdle, There's arteries in there too, femoral arteries that they just. I mean, you're talking seconds until you're like woozy and
sorry, MA,
falling over. But so no, longer does not equate to anything. It does give you more reach. Longer probably works better for camping tasks, splitting wood, slicing like steaks, and doing your vegetables and stuff like that. That's always helpful. And if you want to be back further away from your use case, then there's that. The 005.
Your favorite, your current fave.
I'm carrying one. There's the proof on my side in ADCRV2. Let me just show it over here. I wanted to make a gentleman's style agent. Something that's not intimidating looking, that had a classic look, a thin blade, the only one until the 2 comes out in the .125 thick, high grind, and look at that classic clip point blade. A clip point just means it's not a curve like a drop point that curves all the way down. You've got a hard line and then a hard clip. It's like you clipped the top off. So we put a swedge on it. Really high grind, thin edge. If you pair this with a G10 grip, it looks like a steak knife. They're just pretty.
Happy Easter, Nick.
You could absolutely pierce and slice with this thing. You see how thick the tip is? It's more of I use this to slice and cut everything. And I literally, if we're out eating, we all share food. So if I get a burger that's awesome, that thing's getting cut in fourths. I'm taking a fourth of C-Dub's burger, of China's, of Caitlin's. We're all just mixing our food around because that's how we eat, family style. This thing, I'll slice with it, and I don't have any problem leaving it sitting on the table because it doesn't look like some mall ninja knife.
Are we shipping those for people that have current orders?
We've got other stuff that's older that's coming first, but we are getting up to those real quick. Like the Scouts, they're going to go out first. But we have shipped a ton of stuff, but I got a lot of energy and a lot of payroll going into getting these guys out the door.
What about the Adversary blacked out with aluminum scales mini drop? ?
That is actually happening.
That is happening. How do you know this?
Who are you?
Who are you?
You work in my shop, Jacob? Vinny?
No, it's Did 625, unless Vinny changed his name.
Yeah. So I'll talk about it in a minute. But anyway, the 005, those of you guys that are doing the build your own blades, this is what I imagined it to be. Again, I really like the chamfer along the top so that you can get good grip and not hurt the thinners. Chamfering here, chamfering there. It just makes a better blade, a better quality. The fit and finish is better on them. The step milling is very noticeable. I just like them. I just really freaking like them. And they're light, especially. You pair this 05 with the Battle Lock grips, and this guy is so fast. It makes fast things look not fast.
It can core an apple from mil-spec.
It can. It can slice. It can peel an apple. It's so slicey. You guys that don't have one yet, you gotta love that thing. So those are all of the current changes.
Stephen Park says, we looking through the windows. That's what's going on there.
Yeah, man. But there's no windows in the shop, so that proves that you've never been by there.
Matt Conklin said, "Oorah."
Rah, devil.
Nick Martino, out of all my knives, the agents are my favorite. They
have been really, really good. Real good. C-Dub, what do you want to talk about next?
You want to transition to something small since somebody asked about that earlier?
The DPs?
DP?
They had no changes to them.
The what's coming on the Warren EDC.
Let's do the DPs and the Ranas. Let's do that. So,
but we still have some DP2s on the site.
I think there's
for people that
I think there's DP1s, aren't there? We got a bunch of DP1s that we can release.
Oh, I didn't know, Mil-Spec Mike. I thought you were serious. He said that was an old Honeymooners quote.
Oh.
I thought he
one of these days, Alice. One of these days.
I thought he really cored his apple with it.
Honeymooners.
Here you go, honey. You want this?
What is that? Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the Ranas, the P-Ranas. There's a lot on this table. Let me move some stuff.
But people love seeing your stuff.
All right. I'll just leave it there and make it real confusing and hard to differentiate knives. That's cool. You win. All right. So let's talk about the DP series. I know DP, Donald Pace, and his wonderful wife are watching. He is my father-in-law, but as close as my biological father has ever been to me. This was a remake of a handmade version that I did years ago. He has the only one in existence. And he said it's his favorite. So I got inspired to make it again in his honor because he's going through a lot. He's got some health stuff going on, and it has upended everyone's life, and he still maintains a Christ-centered attitude. He's still kind to his wife, and he is still incredibly gracious and biblically based man, which is impossible in the situation. The two of them together, Mrs. Pace, Mr. Pace, are absolute inspiration to everyone. Epitomizes in sickness and in health, and they still maintain a good attitude. Everybody's got their days, right? We all do, but I just thought that we should honor them. So that's what this blade came from, if I can keep my tears out of my eyes. I mean, allergies. But anyway, you see his signature deep engraved in every DP one. Don't ask.
Mom said you're making DP happy.
Well, he should be. He, you know.
And the screws look good. Nick Bonomo said love the screws. Who did those brass screws?
These were done by Sky Cross. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he hangs out with us anymore.
A lot of people get screws from him. So
maybe he does. I took the same blackening solution that I made for the nickel boron and patinaed my screws. I don't know how else you would do it on your own. But don't ask me. She deserves credit too, though, C-Dub. There's no way that he could be alive without her. You know? Yeah. I mean, a saint among humans.
Oh, yeah.
She is. I mean,
people don't do that now.
No, nobody does that.
ACCEDC said I struggle with serious illness, so when I heard the story, I had to get the DP2. I missed the DP1. I want it to be an inspirational carry.
We've got
this an email. We may have a.
Oh, I know. We have tons of DP1s in the shop.
Really wanted.
We do. We have tons. We just didn't sell the whole batch because I wanted some stuff for Christmas this year.
And Bulldog Smith Farm said pray for his father-in-law. His wife's been in the hospital with him. He has dementia and lives with us, and he's having some problems.
Yeah, we absolutely will. We know how that is. So that's the DP1. It started the series. We were making the Scout, which is here.
Very slicey. I carry the Warn EDC and a Microtech OTF.
So we just released the Scout on the combatant handle platform. It's in CTSXHP. And I played around with getting a sheep's foot that fit my style forever and ever. And when I finally came up with it, I loved it. And then we brought it to the DP platform. Love this knife. It's currently for sale. Look at it. Pocket. I mean, this thing is little, but everybody that's got a DP1 knows this little handle feels so big and like a full knife in your hand. It really does.
So for, I don't know if she's still on, but
DP2.
I think her name was Betsy. She said she had tiny hands, so she wanted to see small.
Yeah, DP2 is a good choice for that. It also fills up big hands, and you can add the lanyard like I did to my DP1.
Chuck Marsh has 2 DP1s, and he ordered 2 DP2s. That's awesome.
You're going to love it. It's so slicey. Look how high the grind is on it.
Mom said, thank you, Tim.
No, you deserve more than that. But
so which one of those can I give away to our wonderful people here on this live?
I know we've got DP1s in the shop, so you can do that, and I could probably come up with a leather sheath in case we don't have a sheath.
Okay.
That way the people that have DP2s on order don't get
mad.
Angry.
DP1 it is.
We could talk about the Nautilus series while we're here, even though these aren't improvements. This is another small frame knife that has big handle feel. If you recognize this blade, that's the Night Stalker, the same as the 003 and the Night Stalker CG. So this is in
down a little bit, honey.
0.125 thick in the original Nautilus, and then the V3 is in 0.165, so it's thicker, but these are basically the Night Stalker blade without the ring. So I slimmed it up, put some jimping here along the back, right there. It's essential to get that grip. I push this thumb part forward to make the knife part of the handle. Otherwise, grabbing it here, it would just, you couldn't use it where the original thumb ramp was. It didn't work. But now this really locks you in. Really, really good feeling blade. Only did the Battle Lock grips because the G10 and my Carter were not grippy enough in this short platform to even make the knife make sense. But as it is, it's so wieldy and comfortable. So this works for small, medium, large hands. So that's another one to consider for small pocket carry EDC. It's a sub 1 inch blade, so it really rides well in the pocket or boot. Does good. And uses a Night Stalker sheath. Same for the Nautilus V3. It's the V3 blade, shortened, thumb ramp push forward, a little bit of a drop in the handle. Oh, that's part of it too. You can't tell, but a lot of material is taken out of here. It really drops away pretty far, but that is to get this same drop away so that you can pull that blade into your hand and make it comfortable to use instead of just small and unwieldy.
This literally was the Night Stalker before.
Yes, for real. Well, we revamped the Night Stalker and used our existing blade stock to do the Nautilus. So you can see how much is taken out here. We did that. So
you can CQC the Nautilus.
Yeah, I've got one over there. I'll show it in a second. You can.
Good morning, Raimundo.
So we took the ring off, cut this in a little bit more here, narrowed this up, and put the jimping there so that it's an all-new knife, but on that blade shape that people love. So.
For everybody entering in, you got it right. Hashtag DP1.
Good guesses. Is everything kosher over there, my wife?
Yep.
Good.
Everything's good.
Where's that? Okay, here's a CQC. There's your CQC of the Nautilus.
I kind of like it like that.
It's pretty wicked.
Nobody really ever orders it.
I don't really know they can. But I did an 1.5 inch grind on this because if you do the 2 inch, it really pushes it up closer to your thumb. So I think 1.5 inch works better. So
that's a good compact way to carry that without it having the ring if you don't want the ring.
Yep. Some people don't like the ring. I got something real cool coming for the Nautilus. If I have my sketchbook down here, it's up there, upstairs.
Calvin says he ordered it with the top sharp.
Yeah. So.
You want me to tell them to bring your sketchbook?
If you want me to show that.
Where is it?
They're right by my chair. If you want me to show that I was working on for the Nautiluses this week, what do you think? Do you think we'll get scooped?
I hope not.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Okay, piranhas are next.
M. Gomez said, could he send his in to have the back sharpened?
Yeah. Well, I think we do $15. Send it to us and get with China, and she'll get that squared away for you. Takes a long time to cut that in without getting it hot. So this is the original Piranha in its original form in a Recon Distress finish. This is a very comfortable, small grip. Again, another small knife, pocket carry. A lot of people with smaller hands love this knife. What this has become, like, the most sought after, sells out the fastest little blade. I thought we had an entire tray, and you guys have been reaching out behind my back to CW in China. And I'm like, cool, I got this new thing I want to do with the Piranhas. Let's do a micro and ship those now. And Jacob's like, no, dude. I sold that tray 2, 3, 4 at a time every week for like the last 6 months. And I'm like, cool, so my Christmas knives are gone? Thanks, guys.
Hey, Zachary Walsh said the Nautilus is his favorite TKell that he owns.
Look, don't sleep on it, guys.
If y'all haven't tried the Nautilus, try.
We got a bunch of them, and I got something rad coming for those too. So this is the Piranha in its original form, but I continued to get feedback that some people wanted a longer grip. So what did we do? I made an aluminum extended grip. Same knife.
Can you show the DP1 beside it if you don't mind?
Yeah.
For size comparison.
So this is the same knife, but when we did the upgrades to this, so look how much thinner the edge is. So it's a lot thinner edge. Hello, Caitlin. Thank you.
Whoever is the one that decides where the swedges go deserves a large raise. Saying, don't you do that, Tim?
Yeah. Yeah. I do that. That's all I try to design stuff around how it's going to be used, and then I back into aesthetics. So function first, and then we make it pretty. And I'm funny about my stuff. So what we did with the Piranha is I raised the grind up, we thinned out the edge, left the swedge in the same place because it just functions and it looks good on this blade. And you need a bigger flat. It's smaller. But the biggest thing that we did was added jimping that everybody begged for. But one cool thing Jeremy did was this jimping. Let's see if I can show it. It's not serrated, but it is. There's texture along the edges of the spine. So what that allows is the thumb, because it's a thin blade, your thumb wraps around the edge of that, and it gets so much traction without biting you. So that was a stroke of genius by Jeremy, and it makes the knife really, really secure for a small blade. And then if you add this extended grip, it's still real sleek. You can just drop it straight into your pocket. And it gives a little bit more heft because it's aluminum. I love the feel. The Piranha has always had the Sentry grip. So this is the same knife. All these are the same. If you like a ring grip or you want that for quick draw from your pocket, or a lot of people use this, not in the mall ninja way, but if they're cleaning game, you have this and you can just leave it. And then you can still work with your carcass, and then you've got the blade there, you don't drop it. It's not an impact ring, but it is the same dimensions as a Night Stalker. So it's for retention. But if you look, I've got large, medium large, some XL sometimes, hands, and you get a full grip. And look, I'm off that blade. Let me show it over here.
Hey, Matt McCann said he's still going to do the mini agent grip for the Piranha.
Show is. So you still get a full grip without getting up on the blade in forward and reverse on the Piranha. It's cool. That's the Sentry grip, Sentry, Sentry grip. Like sentry that walks post to post in the Marine Corps protecting and guarding. So that's what a Sentry.
Now's a good time to talk about the Warren EDC, Tim.
That's right. Did you mention that, or that's somebody else?
I did.
You're smart. So on this knife platform, or this handle platform, is the next in it that we did as a collaboration with Melissa Backwoods, you know, that little known lady.
Milspec Mike said, just clipped my Piranha to my pocket just now. Don't even need the extended grip. Put a shock cord with a small Cobra wrap of narrow paracord, perfect grip. Yeah, see, C-Dub does that too. She doesn't care for the extended grip. It just makes the knife big, but she likes hers with paracord. So it looks great. Still a nice full grip. You get that pinky wrap if you like it. But this is the Warren EDC. What we did for changes with it, so many people told me that this corner was biting them. So the new one has that corner taken out, and this is rounded in here as well. So it's rounded across there, and that sharp corner comes out. That's one of the things I try to freaking listen, and I don't want to make a giant batch of 4 million knives, and then somebody says, oh, you know, this bites me, and then I go, well, you're an idiot. I do say that playing around with people, but some people were catching themselves right there. So the new one is also going to be in MagnaCut, which I said I'd never do, but here I am making my third knife in MagnaCut. The first were the first two folders, and now the Warren EDC is going to be in MagnaCut also. But you can do... It's coming soon. It's in production right now.
Almost done, actually, with machining. You can do the extended grip on that, Warren EDC. You can also do the ring grip. We sold them as a set when we released the Warren EDC. The next drop on the Piranhas is going to be the same way. If you want the tri pack, you can order blade, extended grip, and century grip and get a little bit of a discount by ordering them rather than do it individually. So then you get 3 knives, 1 blade. That's kind of, I love doing stuff like that.
The FLN is also the Piranha grip.
Yeah, I got one over here. So see, that uses the Piranha grip, but the extended grips won't fit. Well, they would fit, but it would just be weird because you would cover the ring. The first batch of FLNs, you could buy it with or without a ring. I thought without made the most sense, and you could just order the century grip, but people did not like that.
Jason Small asked if you had a proto of the FLN without the ring.
I
guess he's talking about the new one.
We haven't done it since the first run without the ring.
Hashtag DP1. Let's give away the DP1.
I'll put these back up on the wall. Man, my nose. So I'm going to have to show one of these and hide the other.
Nathan.
Oh.
Nathan Mahaffey.
Nobody's had coffee.
Mahaffey.
How are you guys?
2245. Congratulations.
I'm really excited about this, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Everybody just started entering. I should have gave y'all more time. I'll do another knife in just a minute.
Okay, guys. Gals. What do you think? See the big picture, little picture?
Well, if they're going to steal it, they could steal it from any...
I'm talking about for our audience. If somebody's going to steal, they're going to steal it.
Probably you can see it better on this camera.
Okay, so the Nautilus. People have said, I love the Nautilus blade. I love the Night Stalker blade, which are the same. I just wish you had one. Well, one, they say dumb stuff and go, man, I would love the Nautilus with a ring. And I'm like, that's the Night Stalker. Click it, buy it. But
I probably just haven't seen it yet.
I know. I just think it's fun to call people dumb because they call me dumb. So we're all friends. And the next request that I get is, I wish you had a Night Stalker blade without a ring, full length grip. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this week.
Bye, Cody.
You see it? That is an aluminum grip for the Nautilus. These are already being designed, and we're going to be able to produce these relatively quickly. So it's going to make this a full-length grip, a little bit more of a modern angular, takes out some of the curviness to it. But I've been working on this for a while, but I finally locked it in.
It's crazy how all your extended grips that you've been doing really change the whole knife.
They sure do.
Look like a totally new knife.
Yeah, it's like, let's look at these two. I'll leave that there. So what do you guys think about that?
They love it.
I thought so too. So let's look at the Combatant and then the new Combatant extended grip. It doesn't look like the same knife at all. It very much changes the adversary, which is on the Combatant grip. So this will fit combatants and adversaries and scouts. But it's a full-on grip. It's got the same swoop. Jeremy killed it with this thing. These are pre-ano, but we've got that new aggressive jimping. Very, very comfortable. Put these 3 back here so you can draw them fast. It locks you in. It's just, and then the TKell. Ooh, there. I mean, it's just good. I mean, it doesn't look the same knife at all. Sorry, I got too excited. Rad. Absolutely.
The aluminum
rad.
grips you're going to have anodized. They're not going to be silver, right?
People are asking for them silver, though. But no, they'll be black like this. This is anodized aluminum. It's just hard to tell.
When are they for sale?
I hope Friday. I should get them back before Friday. Our ano shop is literally the next town over, so not far away at all.
FZ Toy said, how about a pre-anodized giveaway?
You mean like this exact set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the heavier set before I pocketed it. So understand that. These are not the production side. I went back
So they're
in.
just a proto.
Yeah, I went back in and had Jeremy put pockets in the back and in the bottom to lighten it up. But sure, if you have a combatant
or an
adversary or scout on order, this will fit that. And there are a couple of new knives coming on that platform this year also. Not this year, sorry. Coming soonish. So, look, it'll fit.
That's a good giveaway. I think people would be happy to get that.
How many people do you have on this show?
288.
Yeah, so, you guys get to capitalize from Easter. A lot of requests.
I like this hashtag, so I'm going to steal it. Heavy proto.
Heavy proto. So, a lot of people are asking for this on the EDC platform, which is these.
Hold on, let me show them this word real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heavy proto. Hashtag heavy proto.
Heavy.
You want me to put you back over there?
Yeah, I'm just putting stuff away so that my thing doesn't get cluttered. So I think this knife right here is just incredible.
It's not going to look like it's not going to have the line on the end. Because somebody said it looks like a buck, and I'm assuming they're saying that because of that handle with it being with the line.
Oh no,
that's all one thing.
That just shows the outline because I sketched it, so I needed to know where the blade stopped and I could extend it. Yeah. So I've been loving doing the aluminum extended grips for everything. On the back side of this page is something I can't show you yet because it's for a collaborative effort that's coming soon, very soon. What'd you ask me to show? I forget.
Oh, he wanted to see DP1.
That's right.
Piranha beside each other. Perena Cosmic said, extended grip Nautilus might be my next knife.
Yeah, it's going to be rad. And I know people are going to ask me for a freaking aluminum ring for the Nautilus. I just know it. I know they're going to ask, like, so that way you can have all three in one, which I personally think would be rad. So, yeah. Anyway, big difference. The DP1 does carry and handle really well because of the geometry in here. It really pulls it into your hand.
Gabe Harlan said, a Viscera.
Yeah, I've got one over there.
Is the backside the Captain Ricky collab?
No, it is not. The only difference in this and what you're seeing now for the Captain Rick is going to be his scales don't have the grenade texture, and we're going to try to make them look like a whalebone by using a paper micarta that we can toast. That's supposed to be the whole thing, but Nick is slow at that, so Could
you compare those with the Warn EDC for size?
I just put those back on the wall, people.
Get them back down. Blind Woo Fury, member for 7 months. Happy Easter. Thank you.
This. Let's do all of them because I know I'm going to get asked. DP2, Piranha.
Holy Diver says, Nautilus V3 looks awesome.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Can you throw the O2 up there at the top of that?
The 002?
Yeah.
Oh, the new one?
Just for size comparison, you can use the old one.
Where is it? Did I put it up? Did I leave it on the table? There it is. So if you took, I need to put it with an extended grip. See if I can keep all this crap here without, so you can get a reference. Here's a green extended grip. So if you were to take the extended grip,
come down with it a little bit
on the Warn EDC, you'd be almost agent length, but you just wouldn't have the bird beak. So you could put this on this and get pretty close to the 002, just a more slender profile. So like EDC pocket version of the O2.
Unreal King. I know this is a dumb idea, but have you ever thought about the scout blade on an ops grip? Hashtag ops foot.
I tried to sketch it, and it ended up looking so strange because of the blade angle to the handle. it just looked real weird. But I did try it.
The new O2 is just going to be our updated with the better machining, like all the other stuff.
Correct. Thinner stock also. Oh no, if I put her Warren EDC up there, she'd
Invilla, rough ETA for the Warren EDC. Been trying to get one for literally a year.
I think the goal is to have those ready for Blade Show Atlanta, which means soon, because I think we're less than 2 months away from Blade Show Atlanta. Isn't that right? We're under 60 days.
Something like that.
Lot.
So update from Zeke.
It's up there. They just went.
Hey, you could grab it off of there and show it to him.
They just went to heat treat. I think Nick's got those shipped to heat treat Friday. This is also going to be a Blade Show Atlanta thing. If you guys look at the Cadet, I keep putting stuff up.
What are the grips going to look like on there?
They're gonna be a smooth top with just a chamfer around. So flat top, chamfered, a lot more EDC-ish, the first sets. So if you look at the shape here, I mimicked the length and the profile. See here?
No, it's not exclusive Blade Show. It'll be sometime around that.
Right.
Around that time.
So I mimicked this shape because I really liked it on the extended grip. And I shrunk down a 005 blade by about an inch. See? So it's a miniature 005 blade because it's just a classic clip. And the full length handle on a 3-inch blade is so popular right now. And I like the look of this more modern rear cut on the extended grip. So I turned it into the Cadet.
Should make the end part of that a mini pry bar.
So then slide it. That's something we could probably do. But this thing's going to be super lightweight. And I wanted the ballast point. It's tough when you've got a full length handle like this, that's a full grip, and a short blade to not feel handle heavy. So we pocketed this so that it wouldn't be. So that's the Cadet. It's a big batch. I want to have it ready in time for Blade. I think we may do this initial release with a leather sheath. We're not doing the grenade texture on it for the first one. We can always add that on the grip later. But I think it'd be really cool to kind of make this an EDC knife, you know? Slim line, shorter blade, full handle, rad little pocket carry leather sheath that you can put a clip on if you want. Just kind of something different.
Cool guy stuff. A Tonto just like that would be awesome. Trouble Bunny, that would look awesome with a clear acrylic handle.
I thought the same. Or Ultim.
And then, where did it go? How about an agent adapter for the smaller knives?
Yeah. So a lot of people are requesting that for the Piranha. That's what you mean? I assume?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah. So
Have you ever thought about making a thinner blade stock adversary, or would the tip stability be a concern?
So that's going to kind of be the 002. That was the thought process around it, because, and the Warren EDC, because it's a Wharncliffe, that's a very thin stock and it'll be a smaller platform. But I'm not necessarily opposed to doing it as it is, a adversary with thinner stock, just like it sits, because I have all the hardware and the handle wouldn't have to change at all. It would just be slicey-er, but that might put it in a competition with the Warren EDC, which I don't really care because they're all my stuff. But I think it's not a bad idea at all. Because this is more, you know, it's got that full curve. It's got a really cool aesthetic. And that thing's nasty. But somebody that's looking through the windows figured out that I'm going to do a blackout adversary apocalyptic with the new blackout grips, extended grip on its own.
All right,
to debut
people
those
that just
scales.
joined us, this is for the prototype of the extended grip. So
I'll show it.
you wouldn't want to enter this unless you have a combatant
adversary or scout,
or you plan on getting one.
So that's it. It's going to be raw. This is not anno. This is a prototype. So,
Umberto said he wanted to see about the new Agent Proto. I want to see more. Larger FLN without a ring would be incredible, from Dan R.
Kind of like
you made one of those, didn't you?
I did. I handmade one.
Yeah, and we asked people which one they wanted, and you didn't end up doing the bigger one.
It's just we're so busy, you know. But yeah, I did it on the Night Stalker grip platform because it was big. It looked cool, but I never heat treated it. We were gonna do it. I was doing all these handmade knives on the whatnots, and it was taking so much of my time.
I'm assuming Umberto's talking about that one you're doing with Gunfighter Customs, right? That's the new Agent?
Probably so, yeah. Yeah, that's a really unique looking blade. I still have to work on getting that from into a sketch and then getting that into CAD. That's another thing that I'm really excited about doing, is that because I used to hand make every knife,
Matthew, do it again because you left out the V. I want you to be able to enter in there.
I want to be able to do every part of the process, because if you start out as a knife maker that started forging like me, then you move into stock removal, cutting each one out yourself, always did heat treat, then you move into machining. I think you ought to
Gabe Harlan said, don't forget about the 1931 Leatherworks wallets.
Yeah, I've got one.
That's a great thing to get for the DP one, and isn't he making them for?
No, they work for both.
Okay.
So I got both here. He makes a great product. So this is the wallet he's talking about. You can custom order in different color stitching or a brown leather, I believe. But this is the wallet that I carry every day. So look, you can stick the DP1 in the sheath.
That's so cool.
It is so cool. You can stick the DP2 in the sheath. You can stick the jute wrapped limited edition Knives by Nude wrapped DP1 in the sheath. And just for proof, you got me on the main camera.
That is 1931 Leatherworks. He is on here, I believe.
This is a wallet I carry every day, and I'll swap out whatever grip. But I like most is that he put this in because I asked to keep your cards from coming out. And you've got access to a bunch of cards, and that holds them in. But then if you want your cash, it's kind of like a pocket clip also. You can just slide your cash into the side. You hold a ton of cards, a ton of cash, and you can drop whichever knife du jour that you're carrying that day. Great for front pocket carry. Absolutely great. I carry it every single day.
That'd be cool for somebody who wants a minimalist thing, because it's just all in.
Yeah, it's rad. You can stuff a whole bunch of stuff in here. This is the original one that he made. It's just such a cool idea.
All right, for these extended grips, somebody's going to be the only owner of these. No one else has
them. It's a proto, so you're welcome. And
I like them silver.
A lot of people want them that way. Sorry, I'm looking at updates on projects.
Stuart Bodfish. Congratulations.
Is this a new Stuart?
I don't recognize this Stuart.
Congratulations. Hopefully you have one of those blades. If not, you could get one. If not, you could eBay that thing.
No.
I mean, just saying.
I want the person to be so happy they have it.
They'd be real happy when they sell them for a lot of money and then can buy a knife and a set of grips when they come out. I'm just saying. People do it. It happens. Sorry, I'm being anal about my wall. What do you guys want me to go into next as far as what changes we've made? The Night Stalker?
You just do it.
I need to have some coffee because this has been sitting over here. I've only taken like 2 sips of it.
So many beautiful knives. One day I will purchase my first TKell knife from Raymundo. Raymundo, you don't have a TKell?
Just hanging out with us. Thanks. We appreciate it either way. We appreciate
Hunter posted the link for the wallet. So for everybody interested. And then Scott Anderson said you could also use it for the Piranha.
Oh, really?
For that exact one? Or you?
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out, man.
When can the VIP members get the folder?
As soon as we get done shipping the rest. It's tight, man. It will fit in there. I personally might like a little bit more leather to come over the top, but technically, yes, you can. I'm real wild. You know, I jump around a lot. So you know, there go that. So I love the wallet. It's very obvious because I've been carrying it forever. Do we want to? What do you want to talk about next, lady?
I guess everybody probably knows about most of those, but
probably not these.
Go over them quickly.
Probably not these.
Yeah, you could show those.
So the only one run of the nightshades that we have run because I've kept Jeremy busy doing a million other things. So the original nightshade Wharncliffe did not have the back edge sharp like this. I felt like when I did the change to this knife, it needed to have the double edge on this one and the single edge high grind on the original nightshade. So this is a 30-30 double edge blade that is absolutely freaking wicked. It just looks better having this model this way. The other change that we made where we added the same jimping from the Piranha here, so you get a lot of traction in a tiny amount of space where you've got that texture.
Down, honey.
I'm trying to show the texture. The texture on this sides also, as well as along the top. So it really pulls the knife in. That same little texture is right here in the front finger well. It's also softened, so it keeps you on the blade. It is nothing but blade. This knife was designed to be legal carry in most places because it's sub 2 inches. And it was designed for C-Dub originally because somebody came after her. And she got freaked out and said, what would I do? Make me something that makes sense. So she's like, that's how the whole night grip came about. She wanted something that she could just grab quickly. She didn't have to think about, and she could do this or any of this. No matter how she held it, they couldn't take it from her without taking her finger. And if they tried to grab the knife, they were going to get blade. If they defended or they tried to take it from her and she pulled away, the whole thing is just a blade. So that's what the nightshades were for, and they were wildly popular.
Couple questions real quick, honey.
Yep.
Does anyone know the ETA for the extended grips for Piranha Worn EDC? Have they mentioned it? And then any plans for a wrapped DP1 or DP2?
Yeah, we're going to do wrapped DP1, DP2s this year. Again, both of them. The aluminum extended grip for the Worn EDCs hit the mail, and last time I checked, I can look right now, they were, let me pull up Federal Express.
Pelvic girdle, I love it. Yeah, his stuff is so interesting. Those two shorts I did are like,
all right, so
views.
The extended grip for the Worn EDC are in Memphis, which is only a few hours from here, and it says they'll be delivered tomorrow.
Jason Small, that's hilarious.
Between 9:40 and 1:40, then we will take those to Anno and get them anodized and done and ready.
Zeke said TKell tactical update.
None. There are no updates on TKell tactical.
We have a lot of possible.
There's a lot of stuff.
It would be expansion ideas.
Yes, that are going to allow us to do that on our own and not have to rely on other people letting us down. So
yeah, that's our goal.
That's that. Hopefully, the moves that we're making in the background that you will be a part of. I need to catch you up on that too. Looks like all that's going to take place on the 16th.
And then also, someone said, bring back the pushy.
If I do a push dagger, I will completely redesign one. I will not do it on the TCQ. If I do, it will be a much better design, because now people realize that I design stuff pretty well. They bring the ideas to me and they let me make changes, where that was my first collab and I was kind of slapped down with changes that would have made it better. So if I do it, it's going to be totally different. The other changes I did on the nightshades, full profile. The old ones had water jet profile.
No orange Easter egg, JW Outdoor. I don't know what that is.
So if you look, that I left the water jet profile because I thought it made traction, but then people felt like it looked unfinished. So now it's a full machine all the way around, ring rounding in here. That
Bonoma said, yes, please redesign it, and a couple other people.
Good. That side adjustment tool is on the back of this one. So it's a much better blade, surface ground. And then the next change we did came to the Nightshade Reverse Tonto, where a lot of people wanted this to be more of an EDC blade to slice. So I put a grind back in it.
Hey, TKell, email us. Maybe we can do something about it. How much of the tip came off?
It just fell off?
Came out of the sheath as he got out of his car, landed directly in the tip, breaking it off.
What blade is it?
Reverse Tonto.
I should be able to fix that pretty easily.
And Chad said, let me get that clip point or do that blade shape again.
Well, I do want to do that again. So now I kept the 30 degree on the back of the reverse Tonto so that you could have that reverse edge, but I wanted to make it more EDC-able to do slicing type of work. So we put a grind in it. I think this knife should be this way, and that 30-30 moved over to the Warncliffe. I think that's
AW Outdoors. Are you talking about the Easter egg thing?
But same stuff. Ring profiling, jimping, all that stuff. We are intending to open up a run of these this year.
Yeah, and now we're talking about all these blades. When are we going to release them?
Well, it's going to have to be, we got a lot of setup to do with our new stuff that we're pushing into. And then we got to get steel. So our current steel supplier is a little constrained with getting steel. They got to get it. Somebody got to get it. You know what I'm talking about? So steel's a tough thing right now. It's really tough.
Said, what are the holes in the blade for?
They look cool.
That's all they're for?
That's it.
They don't lighten it up?
I mean, it would be so negligible. It was in the original one, and I thought it looked cool. Like, here's the original. This is the first one. This is the first Nightshade Reverse Tonto. It was not designed to have a grip at all. This was the first night grip ever made. This is a hand ground one. Hand drilled holes. All this stuff. It was supposed to just be a skeleton knife. Get off me. And everybody asked me for stupid G10 grips for this. I didn't understand it. Everybody wanted them. So I made G10 grips. I designed a set of G10 grips when people kept asking me to put a full-size blade on this because they liked it, but they're like, well, I want a full-length blade. Second blade in the series became the Night Stalker. I used to pocket those, but then pocketing them and then leaving another hole to put hardware in made the water jet cost ×2 because that's a lot of inches. Almost as much inches in here as on the profile. So inches per minute is what you get charged with water jet.
I think it'd be cool if you
redid this.
Yeah.
It'd be neat.
And just all like left it like that.
Yeah. And then just did the other grind. Yeah. The lightweight version. So this was the original. And then this was the second on the blade. Third was the Nighthawk. What came after that? I think after that was the V3. And then the Night Guard, because people wanted the Night Guard, the Guardian with a ring. And
drop point or clip point with higher grind on the Nightshade would be sweet from Ryder.
Yeah.
And what's the handle on the Scout?
Apache. That one it's the same as this. So that's the Apache.
I saw people asking about red handles too. We've got Hades is on the Raider.
Yep.
And then Brimstone's
there. And then this is, what was this?
Red Dawn, right?
Red Dawn. We discontinued Red Dawn because it just didn't sell. People didn't like it. Brimstone.
Yes, of course I remember this. Favorite folder is a taco.
I love tacos.
It.
So Brimstone was our most popular grip until I came out with the Hades. But the burl material has really, really gone down in quality, but we have a new manufacturer that's almost up and running that. So we should be able to get those back in.
Sorry, I meant what handle shape is on the Scout. It's also the combatant.
Correct. Which would work with the extended grip. So I'll just, since you're asking, I'll grab everything on that grip.
Zeke misses Red Dawn. Tim?
What?
Zeke misses Red Dawn.
I may have some in the shop.
And then C. Bodger said, use the holes for different size nuts, add Ultim grips, which are hollowed out, and put some EDC supplies in the inner.
Oh, yeah. It's actually a pretty good idea. All right, so here we go. This is everything that's on the same grip platform. Here's the original, the combatant, the first blade on it. Here's the second blade on it, the adversary. I just like it in the storm with this blue battle lock. And here's the third knife on the same handle platform. So this handle, all three of these handles fit each other. So you can get one handle set and order a different color and change your knife up. And now coming this week will be the aluminum extended grips. It will fit all three of these. There's a Tonto blade that I want to do on this that people have requested a lot. And I'm willing to put basically any blade shape on any handle set that you people ask for.
Happy Easter, Regina.
So there you go. All three same grips. So that's G10. Both of these are battle lock, and that's aluminum. I had a debate this week. Should we do aluminum grips?
Rainier said, Rainier, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Mr. Schroeder. What about red and blue to honor Marines?
I tried to get that burgundy because technically it's crimson and gold. So it's really difficult to get a G10 manufacturer to match the actual Marine Corps colors of crimson and gold because they're G10 manufacturers, not Marines.
So excited to get my Scout hopefully soon. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, man, they're done, man. Them things are done. We're just trying to get everything.
Sheepfoot Piranha, Matthew McCann.
Huh. I hadn't thought of that.
Bound to Wonder, accomplice on an agent grip.
That might be weird. I could do, actually I designed.
Fat blade for that.
That's my thought. The whole agent series premise is around sleek. I always thought.
But maybe a thinner, like a smaller.
I could make it different. You know what I mean? Where's the Patriot?
Dan R. said, what other extended grips are being worked on? And P5110 said, aluminum grips for everything.
Yes, I think you're right. So extended grips we're working on for the EDC platform, which is Raider, Warthog, Striker, Guardian, Taylor's Ridge. That's what's in process now for aluminum extended grips. Coming are, I want to do an agent style extendo for the Piranha. We've got aluminum ring grips coming for the Combatant series, which will cover Combatant, Adversary, Scout. A new aluminum grip for the EDC series stuff. And I'm going to do flat aluminum scales for the Nautilus first, and then Nautilus extended grips right behind that. And I would like to do non-extended aluminum grips across the board because Jeremy is stupid good at them. He's really fast and they look great. They look really good. They are more expensive than G10 or Battle Lock.
Extended agent grip in the Guardian would be sick.
Yeah, so that one's been tough. I sketched it out, but because, and I'll show you why. I love these sessions.
Oh, Jonathan.
What?
He said, may never be on here again. I have to get a Scout ordered today. Betsy's going to hurt me.
Uh-oh. She jumped off and you got in trubs. Look, just don't buy her own knife. so she can't defend herself.
How about aluminum grips for DP 1 and 2 from Sean 32?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to do all that. We're going to do aluminum for everything across the board. Here's the problem with the extended grip that I'm running into with the EDC series stuff.
Yes, Raymundo, we did. We went to Disney. We had a good time.
See how fat this spot right here is? I wish it was. See that? That is the trouble. So it's making it where this extended grip is so fat and weird because I've got to be able to come off. So I had one set where I left a bump in there, like tried to use that portion of, wish you would focus correctly. See, I don't know if you can see, but right there between my finger here and here is that bump. And I tried to do that, but then I have to cut it in for, I'm struggling with it.
Yes, Matt, both times.
Yep. I'm assuming she's saying sick.
Yeah, he said, didn't you get sick after Disney and Blade Show?
Yep. So I asked CW to do stuff outside the house anymore. Nope. Because the whole family keeps getting sick. And if the whole family goes down, how much fun is it for CW?
I can't wait for Stalker Aluminum. Clicked back on as Tim was finishing saying which models from Mistold.
Yeah, so we are going to do aluminum and Stalkers as well.
And then Red Lobo said, what's your favorite knife from the EDC series? You didn't show any of those either.
I'll do that. We got time, right?
We got about 10 minutes left.
Okay, cool. So let me just jump into the EDC. I think my favorite in the EDC, and this is for nostalgia, it's the Raider. The original Raider had a much lower grind.
Swamp Hole EDC gear. Remember for 7 months. Thank you.
So here's an original Raider with a swedge. So before the swedge, it had a really low grind because I hand ground them in, and that was the classic shape. And I wanted to take some weight out, make the tip thinner, so I added the swedge. And then people love the jimping, so I added jimping to the most recent, and look how much weight I took out by raising that grind.
I wish you could still get that color.
It was an accident.
I know.
So I raised the grind considerably to make it more EDC friendly, less combat-y, and not as much of a half grind, but a full, almost a full, so that you can still have a little bit of a spine to do like sparking for your ferro rods and stuff. So I love the Striker. Actually, I love the entire EDC series.
Warthog.
But the Raider is my favorite because it's the one that was the first one in the series. I love this grip. I love that it looks like a 3-finger, but there's enough room for your pinky to wrap. I designed this grip for that purpose, so it would sit narrow on your belt, but be comfortable in forward and reverse.
MA said, can you talk a bit about Guardian 2.0 and pros and cons of sharpening the top?
Yeah,
Dan Mancho, the Raider is one of the best knives.
The only thing I want to do to it is put the heavier step milling on it so that it will look like the other stuff, and I want to put the chamfer around the edge, and that's just aesthetics. Because this has the step milling, it's just like micro, it's hard to see, but we're going to do that. But see, it's a thinner tip or thinner edge now. But what I've learned about knife making in this 6 years, I know that doesn't sound like a long time, but it feels like it, is that you can get the durability with a thinner edge and a 10-degree bevel, but have it slicier. But you can maintain that strength by doing the step milling. So
what's your favorite knife for taking camping? From Trouble Bunny.
It's usually the Raider. I use a Raider for everything. I have always used it. The Bushman would probably be my second best. If I want a bigger knife, if I'm going to be doing heavier work, I'm going to grab a Mercenary. And if I'm clearing brush, I'm going straight to the Outrider Sapper. That's what I'm doing.
Matt Peak, the pig tech made me want a Guardian so bad, laid that pork open.
Yeah, so the Guardian was co-designed with a guy who wants to remain nameless. Early days. So this is the original. It was a 30-degree, 30-degree, 30-degree. It was sharpened all the way back. I think I have my original over here out of batch 1. Yeah. So here's a batch 1. I deep engraved the EGA in it. I put my name in it. This is TKell 001, the first one ever made, Guardian. I quickly realized that if you sharpen this all the way to the back without any jimping, it will cut your thumb. And some people did that. But it is designed with that pressure cut. So when you push like if you can run your finger on it, it's not going to cut you. But if you push on it, it breaks that skin and it lays it open, just pop, it kind of pops the skin. It's very difficult to close. So having this aggressive tip and 3 edges makes it good for piercing, and you could do slap cuts and it just, if you guys haven't watched that old video, you should. It really shows how devastating, but it is not an EDC edge. It'll open a box, but it ain't slicing nothing. But it is for impact cuts, plunge cuts, and raking cuts. It works incredibly well. So the next iteration of that, add the jimping, lower this so that you stayed off of that edge and it pulled you in. It's an odd looking guy. It's never been super popular, but the people that have it for its purpose love it, and they've trained with it, and they're like,
it looks cool.
They're like, holy crap, man, this thing's wicked. But we continued to get requests to make it more of a traditional Wharncliffe. So I did. Jeremy and I worked on it. We left the 30 degree on the back and then made it a half grind so that it would cut and slice really well, and you still have some heft in that blade. I sharpened mine on all 3 edges, and I didn't like that idea. I felt like it kind of took away from the use case of a Wharncliffe. So I've got one over here that I did not do that on. So this is what it would look like without, with an extended grip.
I thought it was the Night Guard that was your first knife. Oops, I told Jacob wrong the other day when he was figuring out what he was giving you.
Here you go.
And he said this is his first T.Kell on the first one that he ordered.
Guardian. It's different, and I'm glad you stuck around to check out the rest of our stuff. So this was the extended grips that we had, still have them, but I've redesigned the extended in aluminum, and it is so good. So good. But, so that's kind of the evolution. This is more of an EDC style blade now with a heavier use case.
Thanks, Brian. Number 9 months.
Thanks, Brian. I don't think that it makes a lot of sense to do the reverse edge on this. I do, however, think if you're getting this for a defensive carry blade, you might as well just get all 3 because that's what it's for. It's got the heavy weight. When you add the aluminum that's upcoming, it's really going to balance well. So that's kind of the evolution behind.
Hey, y'all can go ahead and put in the hashtag mystery for our last knife giveaway. It'll be a surprise.
Surprise.
Put it up here.
I'm running out of room on this wall over here.
Are you going to do any anodized aluminum? Love all the knives, but adversary and folder basically live on me, from John Paul.
We are going to do anodized aluminum for both.
And Nick Bonomo said it's original, nothing else like out there. Yeah, it is.
You're right. It's a really cool knife, and I love it. Oh, I didn't talk about changing to the striker. So originally, it had a thumb ramp that went up here. And what it kind of did, I felt like it may have crowded you and made you hold further back on the blade. And some of my training changed too. So I put a drop in here. So this is actually the opposite of what it used to. It used to have a hill here. Now it's got a drop away. So your thumb pushes down into that, and it's still got that double Mako, which I love. That's really the only change we did to the striker, except for broke this edge and added a chamfer there and raised the grind up and made the edge thinner. So the striker, it's a long blade on a shorter handle, and I'm excited to see how it looks with the new extended grips that are coming because they're going to look rad. So that's the striker. That's what we did to it. Taylor's Ridge looks just like the Raider. We raised it up, thinned it out, and added jimping. But I don't have one here because I am lame.
That's a good camp knife too, right?
Yeah, the Taylor's really, really is a good. It's because it's a thick blade, you know.
And then somebody said, I think it was the Nesmuk on the Agent, but let me go back and look. So would you do a Nesmuk on
that would fit. You know, the Agent's a really slim blade. I do want to do kind of a classic blade shape like this Patriot. This is one of the last remaining handmade knives that I made. It was supposed to be a utility paring knife, but this guy asked me to make him one in a campy style blade. He liked that classic look, so I added flat to it instead of doing a full flat grind. And he used and used and used it and loved it so much that he brought it back and said, I want you to have this. It's the favorite knife I've ever had.
Who had that?
I cannot remember the dude's name. He was a friend of Ben's.
Oh.
But I think this blade...
You never drank your coffee, honey.
I've been taking sips of it here and there.
Oh, okay.
I think this blade looked great on the Agent. This was supposed to be a kitchen utility paring knife, but it just has that classic look, so I named it the Patriot, and I only made one, and here it is. Back in the handmade days. This is $10.95.
Did anything change on the Sapper Outrider except the name from Scorched GM?
Yes, it did. This is the original. So this is the Sapper. The Outrider, we opened this up further to give a little bit more room to keep you more clear of the blade. So I opened that up, put jimping in, and that is it. Those are the only changes that we did to the Outrider.
Make some more paring knives from Michael Chavez.
I did have a bunch, and I loved them. And I actually got on the TV, the local news station for those guys. With our
me out, we sold those things for $40, and they were handmade. We didn't know what we were supposed to charge.
I was killing myself too, man. I mean,
we weren't making any money.
No, but we had railroad retirement because I was furloughed at the time. So they were making up. And then when the decision came, you have to do this full time, you don't realize if you start doing hourly rate times how long it takes you to make a knife, if I charged what I made, the railroad pays, guys. It pays a lot. Just south of $50 an hour. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? If I charged $50 an hour and made a paring knife that took me 2 days to make, no effing body would buy the thing. Nobody. I told people, like, I had to quit making those and chef's knives because I could make the EDC stuff 3 times as fast. I made 12 to 20 knives a week. Handmade them. And that was faster than my competitors. And you go, well, I need this much money to survive to pay my bills. And we cut way back. I didn't need $48 an hour. I didn't need it. So we cut way back on our living expenses, pretty much cut everything out, and then decided to move into this full time. And I went, I got to sell this many knives a week at $80. And I'm like, we don't have that many customers. So then we started going, well, damn, my material costs this. Heat treats cost me this. Quenching oils cost me this. Handle materials cost me this. G10s cost me this. Kydex, screws, rivets, making the stuff. And I'm like, we're charging 1/10 of what the material costs for these freaking blades. And the only reason I was using that formula was because I'm like, I can take my ass to Walmart and buy a paring knife for $10 and I'll love it. So maybe people would pay 4 times that for a handmade one. And then I started going, that's not how you do this. You've got to take material, multiply it times 3. That should pay your shop costs. That should pay this. So then we had to go, well, dang, we're not making crap off of these knives. I've got to sell this many more at a lower profit margin. And our profit margins are still among the lowest in the industry. I'm still not at a margin to be able to go into retail. And that number is a minimum of 35%. If I charge 35% margin on my knives, all y'all would quit. I'm telling you, every one of you would quit.
Somebody said something about do the Patriot for 250-year US.
MC, I could do that. Or yeah, because we're a year older. So next year.
Patriot perfect for 250-year USA release. Chris Adams.
That is a good idea, actually. And so that's kind of the whole story of I mean, you talk about, I mean, literally you're giving them away for less than the material cost and not calculating your time. But that did allow me, because I was being paid furlough pay from the railroad, to learn what people liked, to learn what materials people liked, to learn what style knives people liked, to explore the craft and kind of get in there with people. Because I didn't know that there was a blade show or there was big fans of knives. I didn't know that you guys existed. I just was trying to make cool stuff. And all the stuff I was making for myself and my buddies was what started selling. The tactical stuff, the camping stuff, the EDC stuff. And I'm like,
thanks, Nature Boys.
There's
Had
a
a really
whole-
good show today.
thanks, dude. There's a whole community of people around that. And I'm like, man, we don't have to advertise. Let's just make what they want. And the goal has always been to charge enough above material and heating, cooling, heat treating cost to survive. Build the brand, sell more at a higher fit and finish than anybody else is selling for what the price that we're asking. And that's the goal. Like, I try so hard not to raise prices, but then when people get our stuff and they go, I paid the same price for an EDC knife from you as I did from fill in the blank, and yours is way better quality. You're undercharging. That's what we want. We want to pay the bills. You need to be shocked at how good it is. I don't care about retail. We just work too hard. I don't care about. I just don't care. I don't care to give them because I'd have to raise the price of everything else to go to retail, and that's not what it's all about. It's providing you guys a better quality thing for your money. Because I'm telling you, all this gray in this hair at 44 years old comes from the stress of how are we going to do this in today's environment and not raise prices to meet retail.
All right, let's give away this mystery knife.
Mysteries.
Good luck.
We pour the whole heart out on the live today, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we needed to, right? It's been a while since we had a Let's Talk Real.
Hayden Rosen.
You did it. You bought it. Oh, I found these when I was cleaning up yesterday. So look, let me show this over here. Look, I had misplaced these forever. This is a super simple little, he's probably going to tell you he can't make them because he's too busy, but this is neat. You mount this on your sheath behind it.
Oh, let me move this.
So that it pushes the handle of your knife, it's like a wedge, back into your body. He's asked me a million times, have you showed these? I actually tried them and they work incredibly well. It's a super simple thing, but I don't know if he even is going to be able to make them, but I know he's super busy, but it's a really cool idea. Makes a lot of sense. It's just a simple solution to pull that. See, when you say this is your belt, if you push it in, it's going to pull the handle in tighter to your body. So really cool little things. I don't know if he makes them, but he probably should. So I found them. Again, with you guys, I don't know if you noticed how clear this is back here. I got my humidor over here with my cigars. Woo!
Yeah, Matt sent you those.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Maybe one day I'll be able to sit down.
He has them listed for sale. So if y'all are interested.
They freaking work.
Hayden.
It's a super simple thing. I like to put them on the bottom. Gosh, hey, these APHs work good. I like to put it in this area right here. So the way it pushes that out. And that way it's inconspicuous.
Thanks, Phil. He said, great show today. Time flew by.
It sure did, man. I'm like, how is it already Indian food time? Just kidding. I don't get rewarded for Indian food today because everybody's closed. It's on Ether.
No, that tells you how hungry I am because I was actually sitting here thinking we could take that leftover venison and just make some tacos with it.
Look, man, the lady can cook. I don't have time to hunt.
Corn tortillas and cilantro and onions and throw some salsa.
Easy. Look, let me see this section here. This is my Seekins hunting rifle section. They don't get used anymore. These things are accurate to like 1,000 yards. The 300 Win Mag can actually knock something down at 1,500. The 6.5 Creedmoor, I can lace bullets at 500-600 yards. Never in Georgia will I need that sort of distance. I got the scopes, I got the rangefinders, I got the bullets, I got the skills, I got the camouflage, but I don't got the time. So what I do, I trade blades for venison. And we got freezers. We got this dude, his family's got this organic farm.
No, it's good, Matt. It's actually really good. It's if you like carne asada or just like a beef taco, it tastes almost just like that because it's like a roast.
We're super fortunate because David, his family owns a farm, and these things are just corn-fed in Missouri, so they're big body anyway. And they, because of that, can cull. And they drop some big body stuff, and they stack them up, son. He has sent me pictures of a truck bed.
D-Velty, you're not being blocked. I see you on my end.
Better not be blocking D-Velty. I don't even think we have that ability. But, yeah. So, fortunately. And this girl, that old C-Dub, magic. I try to cook a roast, and I'm a good cook. And it ends up like shoe leather. She got this magic. Like, it just falls apart. Like, you can reach down there.
Just throw it in the Instant Pot. That's why it's tender.
It's so good, man. And you're talking about like a 24-hour roast style. You can pull that shoulder blade straight out of that thing, and it just falls apart.
That sounds good, Miss Toll. All right, let's go eat.
Let's do it. Hey, guys.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Celebrate the resurrection. Be kind to people. Thank you guys so much for getting us here. This year is us giving back. Better products, shorter timelines, the stuff you've been asking for, more access. We're going to do more on the YouTube membership stuff, and we're going to start adding more stuff to the TKellians membership site. So we're going to engage on YouTube memberships, pictures, questions, videos, behind the scenes stuff for those members over there. Super cheap. There's some cheap monthly ones over there. And the TKellians membership website, that's your access to blemishes, which we're going to be adding a ton of 002s over there tomorrow, and early drops on knives. And we're working on figuring out how to redo the TKellian free t-shirt program. Let's breathe. All right, guys, have a great week. If you need anything, reach out. Folders are shipping daily. We got the pieces, the parts. We shipped like 400 fixed blade knives this week also. So we're getting at it. Thank you guys so much.
Everyone liked the video. 3-Gun Rookie. He said, CW, tell everyone to like the video.
Yeah, it does help us. It really does. All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.